All right, we're here. We got concrete going in these walls. They just finished them up this morning after working Saturday, and now they're pumping concrete in it. What you're looking at here, concrete pump is down below, mixer's backed up to it, concrete going up through the arm and all the way down to the hose that you're seeing right here. He'll lower a vibrator that goes down, gets into the mix, pull it back up slowly, consolidate everything, pull it back up through all the rebar and everything that's in the way, drop it back down next to it, go back down. It's a systematic approach to consolidating the concrete and the material, making sure everything flows and goes in all the pockets and everything. So the vibrator is extremely important, and the quality of the walls that I've already seen, awesome. It takes a lot of skill, a lot of expertise. You don't just learn this overnight. You don't want to wreck all the hard work of all these forms by just doing it real quick and then you pull the forms off and there's voids and pock marks and everything in the concrete. You don't want that. You have the laborers now that are getting the concrete into the forms of where it's going, vibrating, and they'll rake it off at the top wherever it's got to stop. But you see laborers out here right now. Carpenters will be alongside of them doing what's called pour watch, and they're just watching the forms. They're making sure all the forms are staying in place exactly where they're supposed to be, that nothing's bulging or maybe nothing's leaking out or anything like that. So they're watching their work, and if they do all their work right, and I don't see a bunch of concrete pushing out anywhere right now, so looks like everything's so far so good. Sometimes they might go home with some sore shoulders from having to pull that weighted end of that vibrator all day long and dropping it back down there. It's a lot of work. And you see the other person that's working with them assisting, they might switch off or whatever, but the other person's holding the motor to the vibrator and making sure that the cord and everything is all in the clear and make it easy to go up and down into that form. They'll go back and forth, work their way around the form, and as they add each lift of concrete going up in the forms, they'll vibrate down through that lift and they'll vibrate into the existing lift and kind of lock it in. Each mixer, when it shows up, check, double check, make sure it's the right mix design, make sure the slump is there. All the checks are made before they send it through that hose. And the fun thing about the operator of the concrete pump truck, he walks around with a remote and he's got all the controls to that pump on a remote box right in front of him. He doesn't have to sit by the truck or have his line of sight blocked by anything. He could walk right up, he could go up and crawl up on top of these forms if he wants to and stand right there and watch everything that's going on. So that's what's great about having that remote. It creates efficiencies. There's pump operators that will literally be standing within feet of the hose when it's coming out and being able to see everything so they can react or just be right there in sync with the flow of how the concrete's being placed. Got the mixer coming in right on time. He gave the laborers a little bit of a breather, give them a chance to catch their breath from all the concrete that's already gone in the forms. So now he's going to back up. They've got spiral fins inside the walls of the mixer that when he rotates this way, it mixes it with inside the barrel. And then you'll see him stop, like he's doing right now, and then ready to start the opposite way. And that's when the concrete will start coming out. Oh, it's getting close now. It's getting exciting. They spent all these hours laying out, stocking material, cutting material, building all these forms, getting everything braced off, getting everything ready to go, checking and double checking the forms and triple checking the forms. Walk around them 5 or 6 times. And this is go time. This is getting the concrete. This is where all the work that you've done pays off. At the end of the day, when the concrete's in and that truck's all washed up, the pump's washed up and out of here, that's when everyone just loves it. Everyone walks out of this job site with smiles on their faces because they did a good job. Everything was a success, no problems, no issues. Let's go home. We just made a lot more money. So look down there right now with me. Each one of those guys represents average about 60 bucks an hour with full benefits and everything. They're all working systematic. They're all working safe. Everything looks great. Job looks great. And the reason I put out these videos, like I said, on every one, I want you to look past me and look at what's going on and put yourself in one of those vests or hard hats and say, can I do this work? I think I can. You know why you can do this kind of work? Because they are. They're doing it. I don't know what else to say.